You know what I'm saying? But for somebody like me, it's a whole bunch here that I can work with. You know what I'm saying? And I can easily prove Rainwater guilty as hell. You know what I'm saying? But walk with me for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take y'all through the steps. Now, for a guy that's trying to take somebody out, whatever and whatnot, I want to ask y'all a question. Okay. Now, like all things that I say, to figure out most things in life, you need two things: common sense and deductive reasoning. So let's say you shoot that MO3, whatever and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And eventually you get ahead of MO3, which means MO3 is behind you. Okay? Now you want to know what this video shows you? This video shows you that the shooter had no fear of getting shot at back. The question you have to ask yourself is, why was he so confident that MO3 didn't have a gun?
That's a good question, y'all.
Think about that.
Think about it.
Now, if I'm busting at you on the freeway and eventually I get in front of you and you get behind me, why wouldn't I think that you would start dumping on me, especially since you're behind me? You know what I'm saying? That would actually give you an advantage.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But yet I'm confident enough to get outside of the car and walk towards you. Look at the distance between his car and MO3 car.
He don't know what MO3 grabbing.
You know what I'm saying? Look at that distance. And I'm confident enough to walk towards you and have no fear of you busting back at me. Think about that. That means that the killer knew MO3 didn't have a gun.
That what it seemed like.
Now, how did he know that? It's clear that he knew that. Because look how he just walking up on him.
It's pretty clear.
Keep in mind, MO3 is behind him.
Looking pretty clear to me, man.
What makes you think that MO3 wouldn't start busting before he even started getting out the car? And he can catch one in the back of the head.
For sure.
No. He's running up on MO3 without worry about if he got a gun, a semi-automatic, you know what I'm saying, a rifle, an AR. He ain't worried about none of that. Look how he walks up on him. So he's confident.
That's strange,
that
y'all.
MO3 ain't got a gun. How did he know? How did he know? If anything, this video will tell you that he at least knew that. That's one thing the video tells you.
Can I tell you that?
Now, you got Rainwater out here. He got words for everybody. You know what I'm saying? He like, oh man, people talk about him sacrificing this and that. And you know what I'm saying? MO3 wasn't even big enough to be sacrificed. You know what I'm saying? These fools is tripping. Man, for the past 8 years, the rappers that been dying hasn't been quote unquote big enough to get set up or sacrificed. You know what I'm saying? From Pop Smoke right on down. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at them dudes as being any more famous or less famous than MO3. And yet they wasn't quite there to get that work, but yet they got it. Okay? Now, this is the litmus test for Rainwater. And this is how you're going to see exactly what he is. Now, you see, and we don't need to debate that the killer clearly knew that MO3 didn't have a gun. Rainwater up here talking about all people saying this and people saying that and people saying this and I sacrificed this and, you know, if MO3 was alive, he'd be cussing them out and stuff like that. And, you know what I'm saying? Blase split. Now, this is the thing. While you out here trying to convince and got words for the bloggers and the YouTubers or whatever, it's not always what you say. It's what you don't say. It's not always who you say something to. It's also who you say nothing to. Okay? Now, if you want to clear your name so bad, and you addressing all these people left and right, I'm going to put the big fish on the table and ask Rainwater, how come you haven't checked Charleston White? Charleston White is the one saying that you told him that you took the gun out of the car.
That's the horse's mouth.
Now, the real question is, why you ain't telling Charleston White to shut the fuck up? Or how come you ain't saying that Charleston White is a complete liar? How do you got time to address all these other people, but the person that says that he was hanging out with you, and you told him that? Now, this is the thing about Charleston White. Nobody has denied anything that Charleston White has said about the MO3 situation thus far. Am I lying? Charleston White is the reason why we knew MO3 and Errol Spence stayed in the same apartment building. Did anybody jump up and said that was a lie? Did anybody say that wasn't true? Has anybody even challenged anything that Charleston White has said about the MO3 situation? No, no, and no. Now, being that Charleston White, we all know that Charleston White was hanging around Rainwater. If Charleston White come out and said, you told him that you took the gun out the car, why aren't you out here telling Charleston White to either be quiet, or how come you haven't addressed that or called him a liar? I have a challenge. I triple dog dare you to call Charleston White a liar. But you know what? He won't do it. And you know why he won't do it? Because Charleston White not going to allow him to call him a liar. Okay? Now keep in mind, everything that Charleston White said, nobody has denied. He don't want to tell you about what was going on in this, and Mo3 going up to the boxing gym, and you know what I'm saying, Mo3 bullying him, and how they was all sleeping with the same girl and catching STDs and all that other stuff. That's Charleston White. Anybody called him a liar yet? No, not even once about anything. But Charleston White is the one that's saying that you told him that you took the gun out of the car. We can clearly see that the killer knew a gun wasn't in the car. The question is, why don't you address Charleston White and what he's claiming that you told him? Why you got time for this blogger, that blogger,
got
this
time
person,
for everybody,
that person, that YouTuber, this YouTuber? He's the one that's saying that you told him that you took the gun out the car.
He ain't got time for him though. Ain't got no time for him, huh?
How come? Okay? He's the one saying that you took the gun. So if you're doing all these interviews and addressing all this and trying to downplay your involvement and try to prove your innocence and whatnot, wouldn't that be one of the first things that you start with? Just put yourself in a situation. Wouldn't that be one of the first things that you rectify? Why is he jumping all around the board except where it really counts? Because he can't deny what Charleston White said. He don't want to challenge what Charleston White said, because it'll open up a whole box of worms. And then it'll put the attention in, you know the boys watching this shit, and they gonna look at it like, damn, not only was you on the phone with Mo3 when this whole thing happened, but you was also the person that took the gun out the car?
The boys, I won't believe
this surveillance video or this dash cam video, I can clearly tell that the killer knew it wasn't no gun in the car. Nobody's that confident. And why you not checking Charleston White about him saying you are the one that took the gun out the car? Why are you just avoiding that? It's not hard to put it together. It's not hard at all. If you didn't do it, you need to get out here and call Charleston White a liar. But he's not going to do it. Now, why? This is Charleston White saying he had direct contact. He was hanging out with you. That's how he found out your mom and Errol Spence's mom is best friends. Once again, did he lie about that? Did anybody come out and call Charleston White a liar? No. They ain't called him a liar about one thing yet. Yet he's out here defending himself left and right. But yet the person who directly linked you to this, the same person that you was hanging out with, the same one that discussed all the business between Errol Spence's mom, your mom, the apartment building, Mo3 bullying him, who was chasing him on the freeway, the girls that y'all was sleeping with. This is the same dude that said all this that nobody has denied. It's also saying you took the gun out the car and you ain't got no words and you not addressing that, or you not trying to check that or rectify that or call that man a liar. That's interesting, ain't it? And I'll tell you another thing. Being that this guy who got at MO3 was as comfortable as he was on that freeway, it also leads me to believe that y'all have a little law enforcement in y'all pocket too. It ain't no way that you don't. There's no way that you don't. Okay? It's no way. You know? And when you was on the phone with MO3, wasn't he in the car because you asked him to come someplace because y'all had some reshoots or something for a movie that he did? A movie that was filled with his ops that you happened to co-produce with his enemies? Now, give and take, I don't see why Mo would do it anyway, but nonetheless, you was telling him he had some reshoots or something to go do. So wasn't he on the freeway because you summoned him and said he had to be somewhere at a certain time to do something for this triple threat revenge movie or some shit like that? Isn't that the case? So MO3 was on the move because you summoned him. That's another thing. So you knew where he was. You knew his location. You also served as a distraction. And Charleston White said that you told him that you took the gun out the car. That's a lot of shit, Rainwater. That's a lot of shit, bro. How you gonna clear all that up? How you gonna have an excuse for all that? So why ain't you gonna go out there and say that Charleston White is a liar? That I ain't never tell him that. Go ahead and do it. I dare you. Call Charleston White a liar and say, I ain't never tell him that. And see what Charleston White do. That's what he don't want. And that right there alone, the fact that he hasn't, says a whole bunch now, doesn't it?